Namo kinchana vittaya nivritta gunavrittaye atmaramaya shantaya kaivalyapataye namaha. Kunti Maharani is saying, I offer my obeisances to you, Krishna, who is the property of those who have nothing to possess materially. Vitta. Vitta means wealth, money, wealth. In government, the finance minister is called Vitta Sachiva or Vitta Mantri. Vitta means the wealth. Akinchana Vittaya. Vitta means wealth, property, right? Kinchana means something. Akinchana means nothing. So those who have nothing to possess in the material world, what does it mean? It means two things. Literally it means poor people. Poor, those who have no material assets. So Krishna is the property of such devotees. So does it mean all the poor people? Let's say there is one poor country, the most impoverished country in the world. So can we say that, oh, all of them, they're so fortunate because Krishna is the property of all these citizens of this poor country? No. What does it mean? It doesn't mean like kings like Parikshit, Pandavas like Yudhishthir, they were very rich. Materially they were very rich. Does it mean that they cannot have Krishna as the property, their property? What does it mean? Akinchana vittaya. It means that they have no desire to possess anything materially. They don't have any desire that in material world I want something. There are so many people, they're working very hard to gain something in the material world. They'll say, oh, I'm an MLA. If I can become an MP, it will be so nice. So they have something to possess in the material world. Or those who are MP, they'll be thinking, I'm only MP, but I'm not a cabinet minister. If I become a cabinet minister, it will be so nice. So those who are cabinet minister, they'll be thinking, if I become prime minister, it will be nice. Something like this, right? So when you have something, you want to always increase it. Whether it could be power, it could be position, it could be money, it could be anything. Means if somebody is possessing the desire, they have a desire to get something more in the material world, then you have no time, you have no place to have Krishna as your property. You cannot have both. You cannot have material property and spiritual property both. It means like Pandavas or Parikshit Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, they were kings. They were ruling big kingdom. That doesn't mean that, they didn't have material property. They didn't have material property means they didn't have desire to possess the material property. When did Dhruva Maharaj get Krishna as the property in his life? When he offered his prayers. Sthana bhilashi tapase sthiteham Tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam Kachan vichinnavan api divyaratnam Swamin kritarthosmi varam nayache Varam nayache. I am not going to ask anything from you now. Because I got you. When I've got you, I don't have anything to possess now. That's enough. That's the ultimate. That's the end of what somebody can get in life. So, now I don't want to ask anything. See, when somebody has to say this, that I don't want anything from you. When you meet one beggar, you can aram se tell that person, I don't want anything from you. Because that person can't give anything to you. Or you meet some useless people and you can tell them also, I don't want anything from you. Right? Get lost. It is very easy to tell because anyway they have nothing to give. But you are telling, I don't want anything to God who can give literally everything to you. Just imagine, this is not an ordinary statement. We can always tell, I don't want anything, when you know that that person can't give anything to you. But who's standing before Dhruv Maharaj? Shadaishwarya Sampanna Narayana is standing in front of him. He can give anything. Lakshmipati Narayana is Swayam is standing before Dhruv Maharaj, asking him, please ask what you want. And what he says, I don't want anything. This attitude of Dhruv Maharaj pleased Lord Narayana so much. And such devotees, Krishna says, I belong to you. I belong to you. When Lord Narasimha Dev came to Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj offered prayers. He offered beautiful prayers. Brahma Dayassura Gana Munayota Siddha Satvai Katanagatayo Vachasam Pravahaihi Naradhitum Purugunairadhunapi Pipruhu Kimtoshtumarhati Same Harirugrajate. Like this long prayer he offered. And Narasimha became so happy with this prayer. He asked, my dear boy, Prahlad, I like you so much. Please ask whatever you want. And Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear Lord, already I am one fallen person. I am already in the material world. I am fallen soul. On top of that, I am born Ugrajata. Ugrajata means born in a demonic family. By default, people in demonic species are waiting to ask boons from God. You see how all the demons do so much tapasya, always, to different devatas like Brahma, Shiva, and they'll be waiting. The moment those devatas come, they ask, give me this, eh de do, oh de do. Varam dehi, they'll ask. So already we are prone to this kind of disease of asking for material position. And now you're enticing me. You're tempting me by giving this offer. What do you want, you ask? But you know what? I am not going to get tempted. Because I don't want anything from you. See the quality of a devotee. How Narasimha became Prahlad Narasimha. What is the meaning of Prahlad Narasimha? Narasimha, who is a property of Prahlad. That is the meaning of Prahlad Narasimha. Who's Narasimha? He is Prahlad Narasimha. When we say Radha Krishna, whose Krishna he is? He is Radha's Krishna. That's how when you tell your name, simply you don't tell your name. You tell your name with your father's name or like this, mother's name or Gotra name. So who are you? On your own, you are nobody. Right? When you tell with your surname, oh, you are that. So like that, when you say Prahlad Narasimha, Narasimha has become Prahlada's property. That is why it's called Prahlad Narasimha. Why Narasimha became Prahlad Narasimha? Why not Brahma Narasimha? Why not something else? Right? He's Prahlad Narasimha because Narasimha, when he told, take what you want, Prahlad Maharaj said, I don't want anything. These are the people who are example for Akinchana Vittaya. And another example, because this prayer is offered by Kunti Devi. She's not ordinary and her children are not ordinary. Her children are also same quality like Dhruva, Prahlad. During the Mahabharata war, just before Mahabharata war, when the alliance was going on, everybody was trying to make some alliance. So both Kauravas and Pandavas, they wanted Krishna's support, Narayani Sainya support. So both Duryodhana and Arjun, both of them came to Dwarka to meet Krishna, seeking Krishna's allegiance and support. Whose side Krishna will take and who will get Narayani Sainya, unconquerable Narayani Sainya. At that time, Krishna gave this condition. See, one side I am, where Narayani Sainya will not be there. I will be there, but Narayani Sainya will not be there, which is history of only success. Narayani Sainya has never been defeated by anybody. It is highly popular in the entire universe. That is why it is called Narayani Sainya. And another side, I am there, but Narayani Sainya will not be there. One side, Narayani Sainya is there. So you can only choose one. You can't choose both. Then what Arjun did exemplifies this akinchana vittaya. Arjuna said, I don't even have to think what choice I have to make. I only want you. I don't want your Narayani Sainya. What is the use of Narayani Sainya without Narayana? Right? So, when Krishna, see how Krishna, this akinchana, I am the property of those who don't want anything materially. He demonstrated through this choice, by giving this choice. If you want me, then you won't get anything material. If you want that material army, then you won't get me. This akinchana vittaya. So then what did Arjun do? He immediately said, I want you, not anything material. He said, Krishna said, I belong to you. And then Duryodhana was so happy. He said, yes, I want vitta. Vitta means all the wealth, all the property. Whatever your property is there, you give me. Who cares this Krishna? According to Duryodhana, God is useless without God's property, God's weapon. What is God? What is the use of this God? Without God, without power and property, what is the use of this kind of God? Like many people go to temple and they offer some prayers. This should happen, that should happen, like this. And when it doesn't happen, they say, what is the use of this kind of God? Who has no power? Powerless God. He didn't solve my problem. That means he has no power. And because he has no power, what is the use? Dump him. So, akinchana vittaya. Krishna is the property of those who do not have desire to possess anything in the material world. You may have car, you may have bungalow, you may have a property, you may be the king, but do you have desire to possess it? Are you thinking that, I want to possess it, I want to possess it? You're looking for it. You want to acquire it. No, you're not interested in that. Again, example, Arjun. Look at this in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Even though he is capable of winning the battlefield of Mahabharata, the Kurukshetra war, he said, better I want to renounce and go to forest, either beg and live. I don't want this. They are actually not interested in all these things. I want property. I want all these things. It is not that they were interested in property and that is why they were fighting for. If they were interested in property, they would have not asked Duryodhana that you give at least some, some small place where some 5 village you give. No, they were not interested. They are akinchana vittaya. So Kunti Maharani says, Krishna is the property of those who do not have material desires. They are not working hard to get something in the material world. Actually, this is a secret. If you want God, there is one secret behind it. The moment you want to acquire something in the material world, then you will become busy. You'll get busy. Actually very interesting. You can observe this. Prime Minister is also busy. Beggar is also busy. Now, somebody can say, hey, what kind of busy are you? I am the CEO of this company. I do more work than you. Because according to that power and position, you are holding more power. You are holding a bigger position. That means you must be doing more work than me. Is it really true like that? Actually, you see how this material world is designed with so much of illusion. The powerful person is also busy and the least powerful person is also busy. The lowest person, the person in the lowest rank, he is also very busy. And the topmost fellow is also very busy. Prime Minister is also busy, even the roadside sweeper is also busy. Nobody is free. You won't get free time in this material world. But Maya is that people believe, let me earn a lot of money and then I'll be free. Then I will think of Krishna. Then I'll remember Krishna. Then I'll go to temple. The fact is that free time has nothing to do with all these things. Free time comes when you follow this Kunti Maharani's teachings. Namo akinchana vittaya. If you become akinchana vitta, you'll have a lot of free time. What is that? If you give up your material desires, if you stop running behind improving in the material world, what does it mean? Improving in the material world means, oh, now I am getting some 25,000 rupees salary. Now I want it 40,000. I want it to become 50,000. Over. The moment you have such thoughts in your mind, it means that you are going to get busy. Then there is no time for Krishna. Because you're whatever, already you have to do some work. Then some more time, whatever is there, that also will go in for accumulating more money. In this way, how Maya keeps people busy in the material world is by giving them idea that you have to improve your material standard. Now, some people may feel, what is this? How can we not improve our material standard? Yes, you can improve, provided it is your permanent improvement. Means what? For example, okay, you built one big bungalow and you got so many facilities. If you are going to permanently enjoy, then at least it makes sense. Yeah, you work hard and you acquire it and you permanently enjoy. But what happens? This is like one very useless game. You acquire it, you work hard, you acquire it, and you have to surrender everything at the time of death. And again, you have to start this game once again. Again, you have to start from zero. Again, you have to start. Then why should I be busy in this kind of a game? If I am supposed to hand over everything, why am I busy in acquiring this? If it is going to be with me permanently, forever, then it makes sense that yes, you acquire because it is going to be with you. But in the material world, now somebody may say, oh, what are you saying, Prabhu? Yeah, I know, maybe next life once again I have to work. But at least this life, till the end of my life, I will enjoy, no? But is there any guarantee that till the end of your life it is going to be with you? No guarantee. Nahi anukshana, nahi nityam anukshana, nashaparam. Nahi nityam. Nityam means permanent. Nahi nityam. It is not permanent. Whatever you got is also not permanent. Anukshana nashaparam. This material world is designed in such a way that it can get destroyed at any moment. This one has to observe it. This is called mrityu. Mrityu means the potency to get destroyed, which is inbuilt in the material world. Generally, you ask, no? Oh, what is this? Oh, this mic. What is the durability of this mic? How long it is going to come? They will say, oh, it will come 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Like this people say. But actually the fact is that it is an estimated time like that. But all the thing that has come into existence in this world, it has come into existence with one more property. It possesses one property called mrityu. Any moment it can get destroyed. Any moment it can get destroyed. So even if you possess something, it can get destroyed at any moment. There is no guarantee. House can collapse at any time. Earthquake can happen. Anything can happen. So, nahi anukshana, nahi nityam anukshana, nashaparam bhajagodrumakanana kunjavidu. Instead of accumulating this kind of things which is anyway going to, you have to hand over, or anyway it is going to get destroyed. So why are you wasting time? Your time will go in all these things. So better, if you want time, then you have to become akinchana vittaya. Don't try to improve your material standards. It might look opposite of today's philosophy. The today's philosophy says you have to go on improving your standard. But the Vedic philosophy says, yes, you should be busy, you should be working hard, you should improve, but you should improve yourself spiritually. Spiritualist people are very active. They get up early than the other people in the outside. They get up in Brahma Muhurta, morning 3:30 they get up. For what? To work hard. To improve in the material, not in the material sense, to improve in the spiritual advancement. Not that, oh, because I don't want to improve any material standard, let me become a lazy bum and simply sit in some place and, become a burden in the society like that. No. Akinchana vittaya, Bhagavatam is not saying that you become a lazy fellow and sit in some place. It is saying that you become spiritually active. Give up all your material desire. Then you will see, in response, Krishna reciprocates. That is why Kunti Maharani says, Namo akinchana vittaya nivritta gunavrittaye. Nivritta gunavrittaye. You are completely transcendental to the actions of material nature. Sometimes Krishna or the God is described in the Vedas and Upanishad as Nivritta, Nirguna, Anama, like that. These Mayavadis and impersonalists, they immediately get excited by seeing such a description of the God. They see here it is said that the God is Nirguna, Nivritta, Anama. Like one example is, the Lord is described as Anama. Parabrahman is described as Anama. So they say God has no names. See, God has no names. Why are you people calling? Your entire Hare Krishna mantra is on useless mantra. Because in the Vedas and Upanishad it is said Anama. God has no name. And you are simply sitting and chanting some names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So you are not following the Vedas. Actually in Sanskrit, Nama has got many meanings. Nama means name. Nama also means the fame, glories of the person. Now what does it mean? Okay, if you take the meaning, glory or the fame or the success, Anama means the one who has no glory. God is not at all glorious. God has no fame. God has no success. That is not the meaning of Anama. Anama means whose glories can never be understood fully. Because nobody can understand him fully, his glories, his fame, his success, he's called Anama. Because whose glories, whose name, whose success cannot be fully understood. Nobody can understand. So the Lord is described as Anama. That doesn't mean that God has no names. Even if you say God has no, even Nama is name, Anama also means all the names of God nobody knows. Because God has unlimited names. So it's called Anama. Because we do not know all the names of the Lord. So he's Anama. So like that, Nivritta, the God is beyond the modes of material nature. His activities are not within the material nature. Right? So like this, Kunti Maharani is describing, and she also calls Atmaramaya Shantaya. You are self-satisfied. You have nothing to get from anybody. Everything that you need, that you only possess. Nothing outside of you can attract you. Just see this. Nothing outside of God can attract God. And what about ordinary people? Everything outside of them is pulling them in different direction. Always running behind something. We are not at all Atmaram. Right? But God is called Atmarama. Rama means happiness. Rama means satisfaction. Atma means self. The one who is self-satisfied. He doesn't need anything from anybody. Isn't it? He's called Atmaramaya Shantaya. He's fully satisfied. He's fully gentle. He's pacified. Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. The master of the liberation. Kaivalya means liberation, especially liberation for these impersonalist people. Their liberation is called Kaivalya. And God, Krishna, is the master even for that liberation. If somebody is working hard for that kind of liberation, even for them also, it is Krishna who awards that. Kaivalya Pataye. Pati means a master. Kaivalya Pati means the master of the liberation which is sought after by impersonalists who do not accept Krishna as a person. Even for such person also, Krishna is the one who is giving. Just see this. They will not accept that there is one person called Krishna. Even then Krishna doesn't care for that. Okay, you don't accept me, but finally I am the one who has to give you this. Kaivalya Pataye Namaha. I offer my obeisances to you. So these are the beautiful words spoken by Kunti Maharani, and the very interesting word is Akinchana Vittaya. Vitta means property. Akinchana Vitta means the property of those who have nothing to possess in the material world. For such people, Krishna becomes the only property. Because they have no other property. Not that they want but they are not given. No, they don't want. Even if they are right now possessing, they are not controlled by that possession. They control the possession. So that is the meaning of this. So we'll stop here. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Nitai Gaur Premanande.